The reason why many people do not meet their goals is because they don't have systems. Like James Clear said, the author of Atomic Habits, you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. So I want to talk about 6 ways that you can build systems. Really, it's all about your systems, not about your goals or your desires. So there are 6 systems you can build. The first system you can build is a passion-based system. That is, one of the greatest things that enhance people's choices and their behavior character is passion. People really do what they want to do or what they feel like doing most of the time. So you can build a passion-based system. And what do I mean by this? Very simple. A lot of people employ this principle. Subway, for example, they wanted to get young people in America to start eating healthy. So what did they do? They got people that young people were passionate about, like Kobe Bryant, to begin to endorse Subway's offerings. So you see Kobe Bryant endorsing a healthy sandwich, and then young people began to gravitate towards it. And that's what a lot of brands do. They get a LeBron James, they get a Tiger Woods, they get a Roger Federer, they get, an athlete, a Michael Jordan, to endorse their products, and then people begin to flock into it. Hold up. I know you're enjoying the video, but guess what? I'm facilitating a class on how to reprogram the subconscious. I'm going to use a lot of stories that people can relate with, real life stories. This is going to be very, very practical. So do you want to change negative patterns? Do you want to break free from limiting thoughts and limiting belief systems? I'm going to use my life as an example. I bedwetted until I was 16. I was able to break free from that. I came out of 2 years of suicidal thoughts. I was able to break free from that. I went on to memorize 14 books of the Bible. I went on to build amazing habits, fasting every day for 10 years, build amazing habits in my life that I'm very proud of. And I want to show you some of the principles in reprogramming the subconscious. If you want to be part of this training, scan the QR code. And I have another training I'm doing as well. It's called How Individuals Become Institutions. Now, I have studied 500 of the most important companies in the world over the last 100 years. And I have put together the most exciting research I have ever done. A 4-hour presentation on how individuals become institutions. In every sector in the world, every sector, 4 companies dominate the sector, control 80% of everything that goes on in that sector. I'll give you an example. In the automobile industry, it's dominated by Toyota, Volkswagen, BMW, and Hyundai. In the food industry, it's controlled by PepsiCo and Coca-Cola, Kraft Heinz, Mondelez, and Monsanto. Then, in the beauty sector, it's controlled by 4 companies: L'Oreal, Estée Lauder, Johnson & Johnson, and Procter & Gamble. In the media world, it's controlled by 4 companies. You have Disney, Time Warner, Comcast Viacom, and News Corporation, and so on and so forth. But I want to show you how these companies started from individuals to become companies that dominate entire industries. It's a training that is not only necessary for people who are in the corporate sector. If you are a parent, if you are a student, you need to have this. I wish I'd known this when I was 20 years younger, 25, 30 years younger. I would have made my life a whole lot better. So you are drawing from decades and centuries of experience. I recommend this training for everybody who is interested in succeeding and knowing how to maximize time. How individuals become institutions. How individuals become institutions. It's a 4-hour presentation. I'm giving you nothing but facts, showing you in a storyline format how individuals become institutions. You will love it. So if you're interested, scan the QR code. Bye for now, and back to the video. I will begin to buy into it. So a passion-based system is what can work. Now, you may say, I'm not a brand. I want to do a master's. How do I use a passion-based system to ignite me? I'll give you a story. There was a man called Daniel Ariely, still alive, great thinker in my opinion, and he had to undergo a very painful medical injections that were very painful. And he applied this principle. He said, I don't like these injections, but guess what? I like watching movies. So I will watch movies while they inject me. Can you see? So in a passion-based system, you are merging what you don't like with what you like. You are merging what you don't like with what you like, so that the effect is not very intense on you. Now, I'll give you other examples. There's a woman who, her child did not like eating carbohydrates, healthy carbohydrates, but the child liked toys and Mickey Mouse. So she would use Mickey Mouse to draw the carbohydrates. It was lumpy foods, and then she would shape the food in the shape of Mickey Mouse. And then before you knew it, the boy, was very excited to see the food and started eating it. I'll give you 2 more examples. In Singapore, they know that children like social media. So when they are creating some of their books, their textbooks, they use the same graphic interface, the same graphic design of a Facebook, of a Twitter, to get children to get more in tune with what they want to teach them. There are teachers who have taught using songs. Just go online, you will see teachers that teach now using rap songs. Children may not like mathematics, they may not like science, but they like rap. So what do? They merge the 2 together. So you can employ a passion-based system. It works. The second is a pain-based system. Do something that pains you, that propels you to do it. And society does does it a lot. People don't like paying taxes. They issue penalties. You don't pay your taxes, you go to jail. You don't pay your penalties, you get a fine. You know, people drive in wrong manner, you pay a fine, you get a ticket and all that. So society does it a lot, putting penalties. So you say, okay, I want to do a master's this year. What painful thing will I make myself suffer if I do not complete or enroll or start my master's? That's one way you can build a system. You can build a system around it like that. The third way you can build a system is that you can say, I'm going to put myself in a network that encourages me to do those things. I'll give you an example. LeBron James never used to wake up at 4 a.m. to practice, but he went on the same team for the Olympics, the USA Redeemed team that won the Olympics with Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was waking up by 4 a.m. And because Kobe Bryant was waking up by 4 a.m. to practice, all the other teammates began to wake up at 4 a.m. So you have heard the saying that you are nothing more than your 5 closest friends. So this is what I am saying to you. The same way you can go on a dating site. There are so many platforms for people who want to build their finances to a certain level. There are so many of them on YouTube. There are so many of them on social media. There are financial clubs that people can join. You know, there are so many WhatsApp groups and social networks that people can join and see people who are of like mind and become like that. You know, I'll give you the example of Grameen Bank, one of the biggest banks in the world in terms of a bank that helps people with collateral-free loans. You know, it was started by Mohammed Yunus, currently the president of Bangladesh. How do they get women to pay back their loans? Because the loans are collateral-free. There's no collateral. They get them to be part of a network. They call it a solidarity group of 8 women. The 8 women have to vouch for you. And if you default, it will affect the other 8 women. So networks really work. Networks work. They do work. So many people have, you know, been part of groups that have influenced them either negatively or positively. So that's one thing that you can do. You can join a group. You can go online and look for groups, just whatever it is. I want to join a reading group, a reading community, a community of people that want to go into certain kinds of businesses or anything. Just join a community. So you can use a network group. The fourth way you can build a system is that you can use what I call an image pact. I did it when I was going to start the Immersion Bible. I went and I put forth my image to all my friends. I told everybody that when I'm 40 years old, on my 40th birthday, I'm going to launch a Bible. And I did it because I put my image out there. I can't disappoint. My brand is at stake. My reputation is at stake. I put it out there, put my image out there that this is who I am. Backstreet Boys did it. For their 3rd or 4th album, they came out and said, if we don't sell 10 million units, we retire. And they did it. They didn't sell 10 million and that was it. They stopped putting out albums. So an image pact can push you. The second one is an accountability pact. If you have somebody that you really respect that can hold you accountable, you can tell the person that this is what I have pledged to do. Please hold me accountable. If I don't do it, hold me accountable. It could be your friends, it could be your relatives, it could be your mother-in-law, it could be your mentor, anybody. So that's the 5th one. So you have a passion pact, a pain pact, a network pact, an image pact, an accountability pact. The final one is what I call a price pact, money. That you say, if I don't do this thing, I'm going to let go of a certain amount of money. I know people who have done it. They said, if I don't come to the gym instructor deduct this particular amount. And once the instructor deduct particular amount over time, they wake up and they start going to the gym. A price pact has worked for many people, many people. That's how fines get people to do the right thing, because they get you to forgo money. You spend money because you pay a fine because you don't do this, you don't do that. You know, the reason why a lot of people drive and behave well is because they are fines. The reason why people behave properly in Singapore is not because they love to behave well, but because there are systems in place, there are checks and balances, there are fines, there are penalties for doing things. So now guess what? Why am I doing this video? I've seen that different things work for different people. Some people, they may do well with image pact to accountability pact. But for some people, they may do well with a price pact. When I was working on the Immersion Bible, I locked myself up in my house for 3 days and I told somebody to take the key. There was no food, no phone, no friends. No food, no phone, no friends for 3 days. I gave my phones out to my friend and I said, you know what, take this phone. If I come out, I'll give you £500,000. This was about 3-4 years ago, because I needed to do a lot of work on the Immersion Bible and I wasn't doing that. I said, I need to lock myself up and, you know, just get myself on. So you can do it. That's ways you can build systems into your life. These are powerful ways you can build systems. I hope this works well for you. Do have an amazing day and bye for now. Hi there, I'm Adekomi Olusonya, publisher of the Immersion Bible, and I will get you addicted to the Word of God, line upon line, precept upon precept. If you would like access to any of my books, products, or services, scan the QR code after this and you will have access to that. Kemi Sense, her love, as always, do have an amazing day and bye for now.